I got Donna Adelson on the screen, and y'all don't need to see me on the screen because my hair is a little bit messed up right now. You don't need to see any of that, but I hope you guys had a good weekend. Now, we have questions. Will Donna Adelson waive her right to a speedy trial? Is she going to continue having Charlie Adelson, which is her son, by the way, her convicted son? Is she going to continue having his attorney represent her? Now, she was supposed to have an appearance at court about a week or two ago. That was canceled, and so we are having it right now. Donna Adelson was trying to skip on over to Vietnam. She wanted to go get a bowl of pho over there. And that's her husband right there, Harvey. They had a layover to Dubai and their destination was Vietnam. Now, the interesting thing about her lawyer, Daniel Rashbaum, if you guys remember the jailhouse calls between her and her son, Charlie, when it seems like she was making plans to skip out of town, the name Dan was brought up a lot. Dan. And it's not Dan Markel, the one that she's accused of hiring a murder plot to murder. No, maybe it's Dan as in Daniel Rashbaum, Charlie's attorney. Anyways, this will be very interesting. So let's see if she's going to have a trial date set. Let's see if she's going to get a new attorney or if he's going to continue representing her. All right, y'all, let's do this.
Good morning, Miss Adelson. Are you capable of hearing me?
Yes, I am.
All right. In the courtroom with me this morning is your counsel and also counsel for the state. I'm just going to ask at this time for all non-parties to this hearing not to speak or interfere with the business of the court.
Judge Everett.
I'll allow the attorneys to make their appearances at this time.
Sarah Catherine Dugan for the state.
Good morning, Dan Rashbaum on behalf of Mrs. Adelson.
Oh, interesting, because if I remember correctly, I think they were planning on hiring an attorney that's going to be local to Tallahassee. Maybe she hasn't hired them yet, or maybe they haven't made an appearance. So it seems like right now she only has Daniel Rashbaum as her representative. Now, remember when she was initially arrested, she had another attorney representing her, and I guess she's already dropped her.
I'll allow both parties to provide any update that they wish, but I did have some matters that I wanted to raise also during this hearing today. Ms. Dugan, concerning discovery that's been turned over to the defense, are there any new or additional matters that have yet not been turned over at this point?
Not that I know of. I know that Mr. Rashbaum had an issue receiving something via OneDrive and was going to get a copy of a hard drive today from our office, so it's ongoing.
Right. Mr. Rashbaum, with regard...
Man, and I'm very curious to see the additional evidence that they have against Donna Adelson. Very, very curious. Also, do you think it's a good idea that she's continuing with Charlie Adelson's lawyer? I feel like she needs to get like a fresh set of eyes. I don't know. Kind of interesting that she's going to still stick with a lawyer where her son, he had the same lawyer, but he lost.
To your review of this discovery, obviously you need to get everything the state needs to turn over, but is your review as such where we're going to need another case management in the next few months, or do you think we're in a position to start talking trial dates?
Judge, I think we'd ask for a case management sooner, maybe in 3 weeks. I think we'll have a better idea then. The state's been working diligently with us on the discovery, but I think we'll have a better idea in the next 3 weeks or so.
Okay. Ms. Adelson, there is a matter that I am going to have to address with you as well concerning conflicts that would be related to your counsel in this representation. I'm going to need to swear you in and take some brief testimony from you. And from there, I'll continue with
the conflict part right here. That's what I was talking about earlier. Whether or not her attorney, well, her current attorney, but whether or not Daniel Rashbaum knew that she was going to skip out town, I guess, because she did mention the name Dan many times. And this is not on like a private line or anything, y'all. This is a jailhouse call. It is recorded. So I don't know. Maybe that's what they're talking about.
With the attorneys. Please raise your right hand, ma'am. Do you swear or affirm the testimony you're about to give will be the truth?
I do.
You can lower your hand. Ms. Adelson, do you understand under the Constitution you have the right to conflict-free representation?
I do.
Unless it's something else that I don't know about.
As it relates to your current attorney, Mr. Rashbaum, representing you, you understand that he has certain duties as it relates to his prior representation with your son.
Yes, Your Honor.
Also, it's my understanding that Charlie Adelson, so they filed for an appeal. And usually when you file for appeal, you have a different lawyer that you're going to hire. You're going to hire someone that specializes in appeals. Sorry, did I just say appeals like a million times there? Anyways. So Rashbaum, I don't think he's representing Charlie anymore. Charlie's already got a different attorney. But what I think it's interesting, they must think that Charlie's going to win on appeal. Because I honestly do think that Donna's strategy would have just been just throw Charlie under the bus. Be like, yeah, I had nothing to do with it. I don't know. My son probably did it and I had nothing to do with it. I was writing these checks to his girlfriend. I generally thought that she was working at the office, blah, blah, blah. I don't know. I think her play would just be throw Charlie under the bus and then move on. But I don't know. I don't know how much evidence they have against her. So I don't know if that would even work.
Interesting.
You understand his prior duty of confidence that he must maintain under the rules of professional responsibility in some way could affect your representation.
I do, Your Honor.
And do you also understand in deciding whether or not to waive any conflict concerning this matter, you have the right to obtain independent counsel on that matter?
I do, Your Honor.
Have you been able to discuss with independent counsel whether or not you waive any conflicts as it relates to the prior representation of your son?
I have, Your Honor.
And when he says, have you discussed with any other independent counsel? I'm assuming it was the female lawyer the lawyer that she had previously. I'm assuming it's probably her. They probably discussed and she was like, you know what? Yeah, let Daniel Rashbaum represent you. Maybe we'll be fine.
And are you in fact waiving any such conflicts?
I am, Your Honor.
There is a second issue as well as it relates to the rules of professional responsibility for attorneys. There is another prohibition within them that deals with the matter of an attorney possibly being a witness in a case.
A witness.
I do not know if the state would seek to call your attorney as a witness for any matter. However, you understand an attorney cannot be both advocate and witness in the same case.
I understand that, Your Honor.
So does that mean that if the state calls her attorney as a potential witness, he won't be able to represent her anymore? I guess I'm just really confused. Why take this route? Why not just not hire Daniel Rashbaum? Why not just get a new fresh of eyes? Unless, I don't know, maybe she doesn't want to get a new attorney and catch him up to speed. Maybe she wants to have Daniel Rashbaum to assist the other attorney. They were going to hire one from Tallahassee. Like, I don't know. What do y'all think?
Do you understand as well if the state attempted to call your attorney for any reason that could materially affect your defense?
I understand.
Do you also understand you have the right to obtain independent counsel to assist you in making the decision as to whether or not you wish to waive this conflict, or even potential of conflict, I should say?
Yes, I'm aware of that, Your Honor.
Yeah, no, I don't get it.
And do you waive this potential conflict as well?
I do.
Mr. Rauschbaum, do you wish there to be any further inquiry as it would pertain to Lazarley versus State?
No, Your Honor.
Thank you, Ms. Adelson. That will conclude all testimony that I will need from you today. Does the defense have anything that it wishes to raise this morning?
No, Your Honor.
Ms. Dugan, does the state have anything that it wishes to raise?
No, sir.
Very well. So we
Sarah
can settle
Dugan.
on another date for case.
Sarah Dugan is the state attorney that a lot of people say looks like Gwyneth Paltrow, and I kind of see it a little bit.
Management coming up. You were asking for 3 weeks from now, Mr. Rauschbaum?
That would be great, Your Honor, if you could accommodate
See you in February.
somewhere near that.
Right. I have case management coming up again on February 12th. However, that's my normal case management day. Is this something that we're going to be able to accomplish within the normal time confines, or we're going to need a carved out date? Ms. Dugan?
I don't expect any issue would take more than 10 or 15 minutes. So I think a regular court day would be fine.
Very well. February 12th at 2:30 in the afternoon. We will
2:30.
schedule the next case management date. Ms. Adelson, once again, you will appear by Zoom, but your counsel will be in the courtroom and you will be able to hear him, obviously, in preparation for any court date. either him or Mr. Moore.
I actually wonder how come Sarah Boone, why not just make her appearances on Zoom? You know how before she was like fighting to get into the courtrooms and stuff like that? Like, is it hard for her to get on Zoom or something? Is there something up with where she's being held?
Can visit with you and discuss all pertinent matters. One question that I did have for the defense as well, is there going to be a waiver of speedy trial, or do we know when the 175th day is going to be if we need to start thinking about calendaring a trial?
There's not going to be a waiver yet, Your Honor. I don't know when the 175th day is, but I don't think it's going to be an issue. We're working diligently with the state to try to figure out a trial date.
Right. Ms. Dugan, do you wish to be heard as to that issue?
No, sir.
Very well. With that being said, that covers everything I believe we need to hit for today's hearing. Ms. Adelson, your counsel will be in touch with you to discuss matters before February. I will see you then. Have a good day.
Thank you, Your Honor. Thanks, Chair.
All right, the Honorable Stephen Evans.
All right, that's it for Donna Adelson's appearance. They'll be back in 3 weeks, and it's going to be more time friendlier for me at 2:30 Eastern time. Yes, that's 11:30 for me because today's hearing was at 6, 7 a.m. Okay, that's a little too early. But I don't know. What do you guys think about Donna Adelson? What are we thinking? We'll see what happens then. We'll see you guys in a couple of weeks when Donna Adelson is going to be in court again. And then also don't forget in February, what we got on the docket, we have the sentencing of Ruby Frankie. We have Jody Hildebrand. That's on February 20th. And apparently, I don't know, I have something on my calendar for February 6th, Adam Montgomery, but I don't remember what that was for. And then, I don't know, tell me if you guys would be interested. I think I want to watch the Karen Reed trial. That's happening March 12, 2024. That one just sounds, I've repeated this so many times, but it just sounds wild to me. And then lastly, I did hear that for the Koberger case regarding the Idaho student murders, I have heard that they might be pushing for a trial date this year. We'll keep an eye on that. All right, y'all. I hope you guys have a great day. Happy Monday. It is a rainy day today in LA. And I hope you guys are having a great one. Have a cozy day. And I will see you guys in a different day. Bye. Probably stream tomorrow. Maybe. Yeah, maybe. See ya.